Well, most of us, that's certainly the majority of people that I speak to and meet, are absolutely fed up with this gaggle of despicables which this government has bestowed on us. What have they created? Inflation and recession after Ardern's draconian COVID policies. Hipkins' appalling record of having to stand down a minister every 8 weeks for unethical behaviour. Increasing ram raids and crime. Judges so soft on crime, particularly youth crime, which encourages repeat offending. The Maorification of everything, including the latest harebrained idea that Maori, they shouldn't need to go to prison. Poor reporting by the mainstream media, biased, inaccurate and censored, who's publicly disagreeing with them. Public health policy based on race instead of health needs. A drop in the educational achievement of school leavers and high truancy rates. Only 50.6% of students regularly attend school these days. The Polytechnic merger disaster resulted in job losses and silence from Te Pukunga about how many more job losses will result from the Otago and Southern Institute merger. Financial waste pursuing a dubious climate change agenda with our money supporting farmers overseas while New Zealand farmers have been left to struggle. Religious freedom stifled in favour of transgender rights and the new religion of climate change. Anti-Christian lifestyle promoted ahead of traditional Christian values. Erosion of the nuclear family, including the introduction of inappropriate sex education in schools, and the normality, yes, the normality of transgender behaviour around our toddlers. If you are happy with the status quo, you would have to be a recipient of benefits and handouts from the public purse, or you'd have to be a traditional, non-thinking and ill-informed Labour Green Maori Party voter who would sooner die in a ditch than not vote for that bunch of modern-day racist, separatist, lying, disgusting, low-life individuals that make up our current Labour, Green and Maori Party coalition. But if you genuinely want a change in government, if you genuinely want a change to New Zealand, your party vote must go to a party polling at 5% or expected to reach 5% at the election. Pretty simple really, huh? But it's not quite that simple. We have a very shabby government, and it was supported throughout COVID by a shabby, corrupt, limp-wristed opposition which went along with draconian and expensive COVID measures that divided us as a nation and as a people, and it didn't work anyway, giving rise to conservatives' disgust and a desire for political parties more closely aligned with our traditional lifestyle. This group has seized on the minor conservative parties with great policy ideas, New Conservative, for example, New Nation and Democracy New Zealand, or Heartland New Zealand, which represents the farming community. The Roy Morgan poll, released 30th May, showed all other minor parties, including non-conservatives, collectively polled 4%. That's collectively. So they don't reach 5% anywhere near it. Individually, they don't stand a chance. Cam Slater, with many other feet-on-the-ground political commentators, say they are relying on hopism or hopium. These small parties could get a candidate into Parliament by winning an electorate seat, but if they fail and you give them your party vote, that vote, well, you've certainly wasted a very important vote and could result in a return of this current, disgusting, untrustworthy, horrible, horrible government. This may be akin to swallowing a dead rat, but if you really want a change in government, you must vote National, ACT or New Zealand First. We all agree New Zealand First will certainly be above the 5% threshold by election day. These next elections are so important for New Zealand, so important to rid us of the most corrupt, poorly performing members of Parliament we have ever experienced. It does not matter what party or electorate they represent. The current gaggle of elected MPs right across all political parties are lying. They're thieving, gutless individuals who all need to be taken out and put into the tower. Not one current MP can be trusted. I don't have to dwell on that point because by this time you must have woken up to that fact as well. The past 3 years has seen our country being destroyed from within, led by the biggest bunch of overpaid, dishonest, gutless idiots who make up the current House of Representatives. They're all corrupt, and you know that. And if any of us have to prove to anyone just how corrupt our current representatives actually are, what hope are we ever going to see New Zealand voters understand the responsibility at the polling booth? I know how I'll be voting at these next elections. I will vote only for a representative not currently a Member of Parliament, and my party vote will certainly go to New Zealand First. Looking at the wets and the self-motivated greedies being selected by National and that ACT mob, it looks more and more likely my vote will be for New Zealand First. We all have been given this opportunity to drain the swamp. Those disgusting swamp dwellers, those awful, corrupt, disgusting individuals who currently sit in Wellington, slowly killing off New Zealand, the land that we all have worked so hard for.